see your face. For he that prays I pray. I know the Lord. Any better do the God. He will roll the sea away. Then forward still this forward will roll the billows dash and spread. With a concrete tread we will push ahead and roll the sea away. Look here now, man, sickness come, he will roll away. He come, sickness away. He roll the sea away. He roll the sickness roll the sea away. He roll the sea away. Roll all the sickness away. All of the bill they repair. Roll the sea away. 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 Roll the then forward still this forward will blow the billows dash and spread. With a concrete tread we will push ahead and roll the sea. One more time. Then forward still this forward will blow the billows dash and spread. With a concrete tread we will push ahead and roll. One more time. He roll the sea away. He roll the sea away. Roll the sea away. Problem come, he roll it up. Sickness come, he roll it up. All the problem, he roll it up. All the problem come, he roll. Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. Somebody else say, Jordan roll. Jordan roll. Oh yeah. And do thy work thyself. Me say roll. Jordan roll. Jordan roll. To heaven when I die, we go hear the Jordan roll. Take it up. He roll the sea away. He roll the sea away. He roll the sea away. All of the problem roll up. All of the sickness roll up. All of the bill them roll up. Everything problem. Yeah. He rolled. Hallelujah. Glory. Thank you, Jesus. Whatever you face this week, forward still. Whatever mountains come in your way, forward still. Yeah. Whatever, even if you buck your toe, forward still. Disappointment come, forward still. Woo. And if another pastor fall, forward still. After the pastor we are follow. We don't be with pastor, but we are follow Jesus. Forward still. Young people, walk holy. Walk holy. Make the right decisions. Walk right. Walk holy. Ramandosia. Rakandarabasiandarabosha. Walk holy. Forward still. It's Jehovah's will. Though the billows dash and sway with a concrete
He like.
Yes, comrades!
Youth and youth!
Undecided voters! PNP coming again! So tell your neighbor, tell your friend! Green man a ride with like mule, and I take the nation for fall! But we have a new name for him! What his name? Him name Eli! Bangarang! Oh, we tired that the labor pay! The drive across the bus and the country going down the drain! Yes, we tired that the labor paid. Poverty of us we shut and we going insane. Why? Eli. At the union for the bus driver. Eli. That's how you hear on every corner. Eli. In name a ring throughout Jamaica. Eli. On a Monday, on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, on a Friday, on a Saturday. 2 times on a Sunday. Eli. Hear this. Eli tell we say him a go build up the country, put money in our pocket and end poverty. Promise the farmer them a go drive SUV. No him crash the bus, him a blame PNP, but Eli is a rookie driver. Him cannot run Jamaica. Him fi go sit down back in the harbour. Him too lion out of order. Oh, we tired that the labor pay. The driver crash the bus and the country going down the drain. Yes, we tired that the labor pay. Poverty of us we shut and we going insane. At the union for the bus driver. That's how you hear on every corner. In name a ring throughout Jamaica. Eli make big promise to teach a nurse and police. Promise to give them big salary increase. Promise jobs, more jobs and good economy. But no him crash the bus, him a blame PNP. But Eli is a rookie driver. Him cannot run Jamaica. Him fi go sit down back in the harbour. Him too lion out of order. Wanna remember this? Eli from a party new on the scene. Swear say him done with the garrison and the green. I'll never go back to that. Him tell the country now him greener than green with no credibility. Eli at the union for the bus driver. That's how you hear on every corner. Him name a ring throughout Jamaica. Eli is a rookie driver. Him cannot run Jamaica. Him fi go sit down back in the harbour. Him too lion out of order. On a Monday, on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, on a Friday, on a Saturday, 2 times on a Sunday, 1 o'clock.
For I want to go to heaven when I die. We go here when Jordan rolls. Get something and wave it. 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 Grab a rock 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 and wave it. Come now, wave your hand. Wave your hand. Wave your hand if you love the Lord. Wave your hand. Wave your, yes, wave your hand if you love the Lord. And me say roll, Jordan roll, roll. Praise him like you just don't care. Just praise the God, because you know what he has done for you. Just give him praise. Rock and praise him. Dance and praise him. Wave your hand and praise him. For I want to go to heaven when I die. We go here when Jordan. My God, David was one of the greatest musicians. musician, play now. Give God glory, musician. Tell them, play a little David. Play a little David. Play me David. Play a little David. Yes, play me David. Play a little David. Yes, play me David. Play a little David. Me say roll, Jordan. Me say roll, Jordan, roll. My God, Church of God this evening. God is good. Yes, God is good. God, for I want to go to heaven when I die. We go here when Jordan. Oh no, me have to do that when you roll. Me want hear when you roll. Me have to do that when you roll. Me want hear when you roll. Me have to do that when you roll. Me want hear when you roll. Me have to do that when you roll. Me want hear when you roll. Me have to walk right in there. 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 A river Jordan a roll. 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 Roll river Jordan. Roll river Jordan. Roll river Jordan. Roll river Jordan. Roll bank to bank. Roll bank to bank. Roll bank to bank. Roll bank to bank. Let the deaf man hear. And the dumb man talk. And the blind eye see. And the crippled man walk. Roll back to bank. Roll back to bank. Roll back to bank. Roll back to bank. A river Jordan a roll. A river Jordan a roll. A river Jordan a roll. A river Jordan. I feel like praising. I feel it when you roll. Me want hear when you roll. Me have to do that when you roll. Me want hear when you roll. Me have to do that when you roll. Me want hear when you roll. Me have to do that when you roll. Me want rock and praise it, boy. Me have to do that when you roll. Me want hear when you roll. Boy, river Jordan a roll. People make you roll, make you roll. Boy, your blessing make you roll. Yes, our blessing make you roll. Boy, are your blessing make you roll. Yes, are your blessing make you roll. For I want to go to heaven when I die. We go here when Jordan rolls. Somebody shout and praise to God.
All right. Partner draw. Partner draw. Andre. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. With the two for the rat them. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. With the two for the rat them. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap in the parliament. Set a rat trap with the 2 foot rat them. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap with the 2 foot. Set a rat trap in a FLA. Set a rat trap with the 2 foot rat them. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap with the 2 foot rat them. Set a rat trap in the school. The one them where teeth the picking them money. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap in the judiciary. The one them where take money out of the table. Set a rat trap in the lawyer them. Set a rat trap. Take the people money and take them land title. And them not get no title. Hello? Set a rat trap. Partner draw. Partner draw. Andre. Hello? Hello? We said we set a rat trap in the church for the one them we are thief the offering. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. We must catch them. Set a rat trap in the tax office. Set a rat trap in the 2 foot rat them. Set a rat trap. Set a rat trap. We said we set a rat trap. Andre! Oh my God, we are suffering in Jamaica with the corruption. Jesus Christ, you can't get them. Set a rat trap down on the wharf. set a rat trap for the, what they call them? Set a rat trap down on the wharf, man. Yes? And set a rat trap in the airport. Hello? Hello, you know, say I'll hear Jamaica bankrupt, but we don't know where the money go. Set a rat trap, set a rat trap. Set a rat trap with the two for the rat, them set a rat trap. Set a rat trap in the entertainment. Hello? Set a rat trap in the entertainment. Set a rat trap. Let me say, set a rat trap. The those who do contract killing. We must catch them in America, in England, and in Canada. Set a rat trap to the one them with Jamaica. With the two for the rat then. Set a rat trap. Hello? Set a rat trap. We must catch them. Tear off the cover and expose them. Set a rat trap. Alright, sir. Set a rat trap. Must catch them.
Thank you, Lord. There is a race that I must run, and the victory to be won. Anybody can identify with me this evening? So give me power, Lord, every hour. Say it with me, keep me through. Come on, people, get out of your seat and rock this evening. Rock and give Jesus glory, come. Keep me true, Lord Jesus, keep me true. Yes, keep me through. Lord Jesus, keep. Yes, there is a race that I must run, and the victory to be. Somebody give God praise hour. Yes, every hour. Yes, keep me true. Sing it again this evening. Keep me true. Lord Jesus, keep me true. Yes, I keep me true. Lord Jesus, keep me true. There is a race that I must run. Yes, and the victory to be won. Yes, give me power every hour. Yes, keep me true.
Good night, good night, good night, good night. A beautiful night, Jamaica. A blessed good night to Jamaica. This week is celebrated as the Holy Week. As the Holy Week, Jamaica, when Christians across the globe gather in some churches, they call it the Believers Week. Believers Week. Tomorrow is Holy Thursday. Tomorrow, Jamaica, is Holy Thursday. Right? Tomorrow, work ends early for most people, right? And people prepare and fry them fish and make them escovitch and buy them bun, buy them cheese. But I'm telling you, Jamaica, that it's really rough out there. Because you know, one time, all of the shelves them were empty. when I did an analysis today and I spoke to some merchandisers, them say, boy, Andre, it now go on good this year. And also the buns are expensive, Courtney. The buns are very expensive. And then when you think about it, with all that is happening around the world, I did tell you guys, brace for impact, didn't I tell you? And you know what's scarce and expensive to fish? Fresh fish, Jamaica. Today, me call one of my vendor, I say, is how much a pound for parrot? Him say 1600 on scale, 1750 scale. A pound. You hear what I said? And also, them say fish very scarce, parrot and snapper. Because them say the sea has been rough. So a lot of the fishermen not going to sea. Oh, no, no, no. Today me I'll call out a Rocky Point and I talk to somebody at Rocky Point. Them the person said trade fish, no, they really, you know, and if it dead, it's expensive. Not a fish lover. You know, them time you escovitch a fish or you roast a fish, man. Or if you get the chance to steam the fish, you steam the fish, don't it? Get a nice pumpkin and the okra, the Irish, the carrot. You season up your fish with the fresh herbs, a scotch bonnet, you know it? Somebody says 1700 a pound and pay for a pound of fish. Oh, you buy yours from last week. May I beg you to the big one then? Send to the big escovitch to me. Fry it and then you know, me get me nice bammy and me fry it, me soak it in the coconut juice. Me soak in the coconut, brush little cinnamon pan it to get little flavor, put little, you know the rest of things them, make the bammy have a nice flavoring. Cause no found no know for fry bammy, you know. It honestly it must have that nice, and people must have said them always wonder when I'm putting them in bammy, but me now go to the secret. You tip a little vanilla, you tip a little cinnamon. Yeah, but me not give them the whole like Courtney. Me give them a little. You tip a little vanilla, you cut a little. And when you're done, my God, then you get your nice coconut oil and fry those fish and bammy. And you make your festival. Or for some people, you boil the dumpling and make fry over dumpling. When last you name a piece of fry over dumpling? Fry over dumpling. Who love fry over dumpling? Where you boil the dumpling, you cut it in a two, you soak it in the oil, make it fry. Might, you know, fry over dumpling nice with to Courtney dirty girl, tin mackerel. If you name a good fry over dumpling with tin mackerel, mighty God. Full of pepper, spice, and you spice it up Jamaica. Carry over dumpling and tin dirty girl. Nothing beat that. Nothing Jamaica beat a fry over dumpling and a dirty girl. And you drink a nice cool glass of lemonade and you belch. And you say, Father, thank you for the day. Although labor right them and mash up the country. Thank you when me can belch and sit down and cock up till me can go watch Partner Drudge TV. 8 o'clock. Administry. What you say administry? Hey, Jamaica don't beat me. Nice counselor. I wonder how much pound of fish she got buy. I wonder how much bread bun she give. No, but then enough of them still not get bun. Enough of them still not get no bun Jamaica. And the fried up dumpling crisp. You know me don't see breadfruit. Me wish me could if students, if anybody have no breadfruit, even if them not full, carry them come. Only not have to do fry breadfruit. You can do what is known as breadfruit chips. Breadfruit chips tomorrow. Breadfruit chips with the escovitch, nice, you know. Or you can do breadfruit chips and saltfish ceviche. Ceviche. One of these days I'm going to do a saltfish ceviche. And make you come taste it. All right? Yeah. You don't know about saltfish ceviche. It's very nice. What do you need? No, I mean, nah, give you that one day. Or when breadfruit come in a season, I'm going to make me infamous breadfruit salad. When breadfruit, Portland people remember say me is a member of no family, you know. Yes, and Portland is known for breadfruit. So if I get nothing else from Portland, I want some nice yellow heart breadfruit from Portland. You hear? Angie and all on Miss Cherry. Me want the yellow heart breadfruit. Me I wet up on the lip them with the nice food them, especially people them in the diaspora. And when I call me for and class, hello.
Yeah, good night, teacher. Teacher, you ever drink breadfruit juice?
Me hear about the breadfruit juice, but me not think me can't stomach that one day. That one day too strong.
It's powerful, man, and it's not even supporting nice like I teacher.
All right. I wonder if it powerful figure your stamina.
I tell you, man. Remember me tell the teacher. A teacher, you see, overnight, dumpling. Fried dumpling and that talk about it with the mackerel. That's what I tell money. God, now, egg me love it with you, teacher. Yeah, man, I think with mackerel and talk about it over dumpling. That's what I tell man with the peppers.
All right. Go and go cook a tin mackerel and enjoy yourself in your class. No, all right?
All right, better teacher.
All right, tin mackerel government. Because if nothing Andrew Holness make when they make Jamaica people uptown, downtown, everywhere known for the tin mackerel. Who agree with me? This government has made people know what it means to name tin mackerel.
Flash out.
Dirty girl, me call her. Me not call her flash out. But Jamaica, a 10-year-old met in a terrible accident in St. Anne. A 10-year-old met, as a matter of fact, before I talk about the St. Anne accident, what a gruesome thing happened on the Bagwa Gorge with the man. On a play we go on for the Bagwa Gorge on Sunday night. Me telling you, it's a river move around there, you know. Look what
10:41 p.m. Sunday. The driver of this van clearly slows down as two incoming vehicles approach him. Then almost halfway over the bridge, the vehicle kept going left, ultimately plunging into the rear Cobra, which has claimed many lives in freak accidents. And judging by this video obtained by our news center, at least 30 seconds passed before anyone went to his rescue. Two drivers even crossed the bridge since, seemingly unaware of what happened mere seconds before. It's understood that the man, Noel Patterson, was a father who lived in the parish. Ultimately, these were the men who went to his rescue, desperately trying to pull him from the vehicle and out of the water, in the dark, guided by headlights from a vehicle. One man atop the vehicle, tying a cord to his foot, another still on the bridge aiding. Now, when our news team visited the scene today, the vehicle was being removed from the river. Some of the rescuers were still on the scene.
Seatbelt, kill him. Seatbelt, mash him up.
Yes, so tell me.
Whole power man down here couldn't see him, but the seatbelt, we can't, he must be just dead and then take him out first.
Diving into the Rear Cobra to rescue individuals is the norm for them. That's why some of them are demanding help.
We can't sleep on spot. We can't turn here, you know. But you see, if we get a little pay now, everything all right. We want gears. We want money too. But we want some man where if he die the bridge, at all time can save a man. Cause whenever time is something go over there, we know the pan spot, you know. So you see, if we get paper and rotate, like say, we have a 10 away now. The bridge not empty. A man did it all the while because we know we have a PD if we get.
Meanwhile, Alfonso Grenell, manager of Grenell's driving school, says if a driver isn't familiar with the area, the recommendation is to go slow. But even with familiarity, the same caution.
You go approximately 20 to 30% less than the posted speed limit. So the speed limit is, say, 50. You should probably go 50 kilometers per hour. You should be going approximately 30 or 25, even because the more treacherous the area is, the slower you want to go. The shape of the road will cause what we call centrifugal force, which is going to actually throw the vehicle, if you're going right, the vehicle to the left because of the corner.
Romarda Lyons, TVJ News.
Jamaica. The man who spoke and said that having 24-hour lifeguards in that area is a profound recommendation. And people are asking why the flat bridge has no rails. Successive governments have tried to develop rails on that bridge. That bridge has been built from the time of the Spaniards in Jamaica. And no government from the time, from post, pre-slavery, etc., has ever been successful in them even put rails on it, and rain come and dismantle it. So people are saying why barriers can't work. The barriers is a historic bridge, Jamaica. And a lot of people believe it has a spiritual connotation. And a lot of people believe that some mystical things happen in that bridge and in that water. And it is always said, I've heard people say, every time Flatbridge catch that mucky color there, the dirty, the little muddy color, it always takes a life. You heard what I said, Jamaica? So Flatbridge is a unique, ask the Chinese. I don't think even Mr. Chin can fix this one. Yeah. I don't think even Mr. Chin can fix this one. You hear what I said, Jamaica? So think about that tonight. But equally, there was a terrible accident involving a 10-year-old. And it is said that a police hit him down. Listen to this story tonight, Jamaica.
And welcome back to Primetime News.
Special welcome to folks on OneSpotMedia.com.
Up first this evening, a Senton woman is raising concern about the pace of the investigation involving a policeman who mowed down her 10-year-old son in a motor vehicle accident this week.
The child is in hospital in critical condition, and as Amoy Harriet reports, the police are insisting the matter is being addressed.
It's been 2 days since Melissa Hilton last heard her son call her mommy. He's been laying in a hospital bed, unresponsive, with tubes attached to his body and bandages covering almost every inch of his face. 10-year-old Daquan McHugh was hit by 2 vehicles on Wednesday along the Huntley Main Road in Brownstown, St. Anne. It's understood that he ran from his school compound and onto the main road into the path of an oncoming Subaru motor car. He was then thrown under a Nissan pickup motor truck, which was traveling in the opposite direction. Daquan was transported to the Brownstown Health Center, then to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where his mother is an employee.
When he came to the hospital, he was unrecognizable, and how I know that it was him is because he had a mark over his right eye and then his hairstyle.
He sustained several serious injuries.
His lungs are bruised, and even throughout the night when I spent it with him at the hospital, he was in constant pain, and they requested another because he's unresponsive. He's not responding only to the pain. He's responding only to the pain. So when they checked his conscious level, they realized that it's at 6, which the conscious level is between 15.
They later found a swelling on his brain, prompting the facility to transfer him to the Bustamante Hospital for Children in Kingston. Now, Daquan is a student at the Servite Primary School. It's been a devastating 48 hours for his teachers and schoolmates.
Teachers are very traumatized, students too. A young man who is very well known, very decent young man in the school. And so when you talk to the teachers, they're telling them why they're down. And we are still hoping and praying that he'll come through.
Miss Hilton is also holding on to that hope and prayer. Now, the driver of the Subaru motor car which first hit the 10-year-old is a police officer. Miss Hilton is displeased with what she describes as a lack of remorse from the officer and the slow pace at which his colleagues are moving to investigate the matter.
No, it's not been dealt with properly, none at all. And I don't know if it's maybe because it's a police who actually my son make it's not been dealt with properly. Because I know for sure if it was any other, let us say, any other taxi man, I know that they would have hold him.
Our news team tried to get information from the police, but they remained mostly vague with the details they shared.
Well, being that the accident is in the early stage, we don't want to jump ahead and do the wrong thing. So what would have happened? I would have warned both motorists, both drivers, for prosecution, take into consideration the end result of whatever investigation we are doing.
Meanwhile, there are those who feel the accident could have been avoided.
Servite is in a school zone, and there are some signs probably we need to look at increasing the size of those signs and probably relocating some of them. But the driving in the school area is madness.
Councillor for the Dry Harbour Division, Carlton Ricketts, is appealing to the National Works Agency to build rumble strips for roadways located in school zones. Amoy Harriet, TVJ News.
Jamaica. This one really touched me. Will the police be ever charged? Will the police be ever charged, Jamaica? Daquan is in a coma. Daquan is being removed from St. Anne's Bay Hospital with so many horrific stories and being transferred to Bustamante Children's Hospital with so many horrific stories. The mother is also a worker at the hospital. The police is saying little to nothing about what has happened or what has transpired. Imagine you send your good pitney go school just to find your pitney in a coma. Who is going to pay the hospital bill is another question to ask. Will Daquan ever be able to function as he normally functions? But school zones is another series of discussion that we need to have. Is another series of discussion we need to have about our school zones. Who agree? Too much is happening in these zones. Too much accidents and too many irresponsible acts happen in these zones. And most times or oftentimes no one is held accountable. So I pray for Daquan healing, but we also must be pragmatic and realistic. Let me bring in Raymond Price tonight, Jamaica. I know Jamaica love when a Raymond Price comes and add to the discussion that we're having. But Jamaica. Good night, Mr. Price.
Evening, Sir Stevens. Evening to your viewers and your listeners across the world.
Welcome, Mr. Price, to PDTV News. I'm sure you just saw or you saw what I was sharing with what happened to the little 10-year-old. Do you have any commentaries about the zoning of schools? And because as an environmentalist, I know you're very detailed on many of these things that needs to be put in place to ensure safety and protection.
Yes, well, firstly, I want to express my prayers and wishes for the best results for the youngster in terms of his recovery. And of course, to commiserate with his mother, who was also seen in the clip you played, and the rest of his family, including his school family. It's interesting you start with the whole matter of school safety zones. It shouldn't come as a surprise that some years ago, the organization I'm a member of within the PNP, the Patriots, we had advanced a proposal for a school safety zone law that establishes a radius around schools, early childhood institutions, primary schools, secondary schools, and even tertiary schools, that within that particular zone, the speed limit would be different, fines would be higher. So therefore, if you hit a child or you hit a pedestrian within a specified zone, it could be a school zone, it could be a hospital zone. If you did it, say, on Mandela Highway, and the fee or fine was $10, if you did it in a special zone, such as a school zone, it would be several times that amount. So the penalty would be higher. The speed to be enforced would be lower. And then there are other things that we could consider as well. We need to strengthen the spirit of volunteerism. So let me put it in terms of a proposal I have for East Central St. Catherine. When I become the Member of Parliament and we give assistance to tertiary students or secondary students with respect to their tuition, they would automatically be registered into a volunteers program or a mentorship program, if you prefer. And we have, for example, the primary school. Let us use the Port Henderson Primary School. Somebody who is a beneficiary for tuition assistance from the Constituency Development Fund will have to do certain hours of giving back to the community. And one of the ways to do that would be as a cross guard, somebody that monitors the pedestrian crossings within the vicinity of a school. And that those persons will wear a special vest. They will have quasi-authority from the municipal corporation. So they will not be a municipal police, but the city municipality of Portmore, for example, would be invited as a partner. These persons will be given a special bib or vest that will include the Portmore Municipal Corporation's logo on it, and there will be public education so that within these specified zones, when you see these persons wearing these vests, that they have the authority to direct traffic, to slow traffic down, to monitor the parking areas, the pickup areas, the drop-off areas, and just to ensure that within a certain radius of the school, that the priority pedestrian are the children, specifically in the mornings when school is being called, and in the afternoon when school is being dismissed.
Okay.
And I tell you how important it is. I just completed a walk in Southborough.
Mm-hmm.
There were two young girls at their home.
Yes.
We're going house to house and, interacting with residents. And the two students said, "Mr. Price, you talked to him?" And they pointed to a man. And then I said, "Who is he?" And I said, "He's security. We call him security." So when I inquired as to why they call him security, he's a security guard at their school. And he was explaining that he crosses the children. So, if that was in force, if that was in place across the island, then this mother's tears would not have been flowing for the reasons they are flowing. So it's something that I will review in terms of the research of the proposal I had put together.
Yes.
And it needs to be strengthened. But for now, I will just add mine to the many prayers I'm sure are going up for the young man's full recovery, that he comes out of the coma and that he is able to have as full a life as possible in terms of good health and hopefully no injuries that will impair his ability to learn and to become a fully functioning member of society as an adult.
Well, I pray for him, having heard so many of those sad stories coming out of these hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
I even saw a further sad story out of the hospitals today, because I heard at a meeting in Portmore on Sunday, the outgoing member of parliament for South East, St. Catherine, saying that, can you play producer what Robert Miller said? Look for the history of what Robert Miller said. Robert Miller said, Jamaica, that it's the greatest investment in healthcare under the JLP administration. You never hear him?
Laughable.
Robert, I want Jamaicans to be reminded about what Robert Miller said. And when you see and when you listen to what tonight we're doing some fact checking.
Yes.
We're doing some fact checking and we're going down history lane to Jamaica. Because if you see the history lane, you will say, wow. See it here.
So all them a talk. JLP a stepper. And we are step with prosperity. And we are developing Portmore. As I come down, Mr. One little brother run up and down. Him go to St. Mary. Him gone to Portland. Him a talk about we have bad facility in the health sector. This government has spent the most on health in Jamaica than any other government. We have spent, just the other day, $660 million to upgrade the Greater Portmore Health Center. And your Member of Parliament, Terrelonge, is lobbying for the upgrade of the Christian Penn Health Center. And I am lobbying for the Waterford Health Center. Me hear my talk.
So,
before you speak, Mr. Price,
mm-hmm.
It's the greatest investment in healthcare. Jamaica, look at Cornwall Regional Hospital tonight. Producer wanted to sink it in on them tonight. Look at Cornwall region. I want it to sink in about 3 times before Mr. Price speak. I want Americans to look and see Cornwall regional tonight.
I show you up, man. I show you up tough, man. Okay. Cornwall regional hospital, this is my brother. 1 week, that's straight now, brother. Them have people playing around. They don't have to one bed, you know. Everybody has to sit down in a wheelchair. Go in a wheelchair. Sit down in a chair. Watch your brother. The health system gone to Jamaica. Not even a bed. The people then can't down the man. Tell me if you're totally. I stop miss this man.
I saw me there, you know. Watch me now.
Tough time, you need to go on better.
Sorry.
Yeah, man, you need to do better on this. Healthcare system need to fix, man. In a Cornwall Regional Hospital, man. The people are not even a bed for you down for 1 week and had. Watch out. Watch yourself, man. I say. Cheer, you don't know better. Cheer. See there? Nothing no like.
Play it even one more.
I show you up, man. I show you up tough, man. Okay. Cornwall Regional Hospital, this is my brother. 1 week, that's straight now, brother. Them have people playing around. They don't have to one bed, you know. Everybody has to sit down in a wheelchair. Go in a wheelchair. Sit down in a chair. Watch your brother. The health system gone to Jamaica. Not even a bed. The people then can't down the man. Tell me if you're totally. I stop miss this man.
I saw me there, you know. Watch me now.
Tough time, you need to go on better.
Sorry.
Yeah, man, you need to do better on this. Healthcare system need to fix, man. In a Cornwall Regional Hospital, man. The people are not even a bed for you down for 1 week and had. Watch out. Watch yourself, man. I say. Cheer, you don't know better. Cheer. See there?
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody. Man or woman.
Raymond Price.
I want to ask you to reverse for a moment, Andre. In addition to the little boy who was hit by the 2 vehicles, at the start of your program, you spoke about the gentleman who lost his life in that accident, yet another accident at Flatbridge.
Mm-hmm.
That gentleman was a resident of Portmore Pines in East Central St. Catherine.
Wow.
Prior to coming onto the program, I was speaking with a colleague who has, I don't want to divulge too much, but he is a well-known and well-loved member of the community, and I am mourning with his family. And I won't say anything specific on here, but that one, we got news of the accident Sunday evening, and then someone else called to say that the body that was retrieved from the water is of a resident from Portmore Pines. Portmore Pines is one of those communities where most people know most people. So a child may know the child in that household, and therefore the parents know each other, or over the years, everybody gets to know the face linked to the road, if not a specific home and a specific address.
Yes.
So it has taken a toll. Let's come back to the issue of the healthcare. Robert Miller.
Mm-hmm.
You could pour 10 gallons of water through a sieve.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of throwing the 10 gallons of water through the sieve, you will still have the sieve, but there will be no water caught in the sieve.
Mighty God.
So let us say that this administration has spent more than any other administration in the history of Jamaica on healthcare. Well, it is equivalent of throwing the water through the sieve and asking yourself why no water don't leave in the sieve. Cornwall Regional Hospital has become a sieve from billion to 20 odd billion. And we saw live and direct the experience of Jamaicans who are taken to Cornwall Regional Hospital. Those conditions at Cornwall Regional Hospital, that's not a unique situation in the public health system. And whenever the government throws statistics at us, the way Robert Miller threw that claim, that grand claim, no other government has spent as much as we. Well, that simply means no other government has been as inefficient as a Holness administration.
Repeat that.
If you are bragging about the amount of money you have spent and there are no beds, there are no supplies, this government is the most inefficient government in the history of Jamaica. Because if they have spent the most money on the health sector than any other government has, and there are no available beds, no supplies, when you're admitted to a public hospital in Jamaica, your family is largely still responsible for your meals. They're still responsible for your bedding. They're still responsible for your medication. If you need any orthopedic services, your family has to go on the private market and purchase the pins or the screws or any implement that must go through surgery to restore mobility in a joint or to mend a bone.
Yes.
We saw recently, and I use this opportunity to add my voice to motorists in general, please proceed with caution on the roads. A number of these accidents, I'm sure, are being caused by the poor road condition. The National Works Agency can deny that if they want. The Road Safety Council can deny that if they want. But I use the roads. Even today in Newland, they have started yet another patching program on Newland Main Road. This is the 15th patching program I have observed. They use equipment to square out the potholes.
Yes.
Then they dust some marl in there. We had rain yesterday and they were patching in the rain. So you know how effective that is going to be. And then another truck comes and they throw an asphalt mix and then a handheld roller is pushed over it. When they square out the roads and leave them overnight, there's no proper lighting, there are no directional signs, there are no cautionary signs. You are not accustomed to the roadway. You drop in these potholes with the sharp edges and you could lose a tire and then you become a sitting duck while you're waiting for the tire to be fixed. Other vehicles can come and collide in your vehicle. Today, on the Port Henderson Road, heading south towards I-95, that is the main road that takes you to Spanish Town. Recall, the same Robert Miller was a few months ago saying that Portmore don't need a hospital because the Spanish Town Hospital is nearby, within 10 miles. Now, the main road that will take you from Helshaw or Greater Portmore South or Marine Park or Southborough or Newland would eventually likely take you on Port Henderson Road. That road needs to be bushed, needs to be resurfaced,
Lighting.
needs lighting. So if somebody,
don't even talk about the Rona Dyke Road.
Well, there you go. So if somebody, either in an ambulance or in a private motor car, or what really happens, let us talk reality.
Yes.
Somebody is at home in Hamilton Gardens and takes sick. Usually they call a taxi. And if that taxi or private motor car is racing the patient to the hospital, dodging potholes while doing so, poor lighting, sometimes cows or other animals are on the roadways. There are no directional signs, no what them call cat eyes in the road, the reflectors.
Yes.
The people are at the will of luck, basically. And there have been several reports of persons being taken to hospital and the vehicle that's taking them to the hospital end up either punctured or in an accident. So I don't want nobody to listen to these fanciful arguments, these bombast arguments, these chest-beating arguments. And I said it the last time, don't throw statistics at us that you have spent the most on healthcare than any government in the history of Jamaica, when all you have done is poured water through a sieve and ask yourself why the sieve don't have no water in there. But just throw 10 gallons of water in the sieve, and when we take up the sieve still empty. Robert Miller needs to take a break.
Robert Miller needs to take a break. So you're saying...
Just another thing. He mentioned his colleague is lobbying for work to be done at the Christian Penn Health Center. In August of 2020.
In SEMA blueprint.
Well, before we get to the blueprint, there was a groundbreaking for a new clinic in Gregory Park. You know what you need to do, Andre? If I could be so bold to make a suggestion.
What is the suggestion, Raymond?
I'm inviting you to East Central St. Catherine, you and your team, and we will do a live. And we will visit a series of locations where Alando Terrelonge either broke ground, showed blueprints, launched activities, none of which
has materialized.
None of it has borne fruit. He claimed in August 2020 to be breaking ground for a state-of-the-art, a brand new state-of-the-art clinic. He bragged about it on the Emily Shields program.
Oh, yeah, you see what? Yeah, oh.
Yeah, man. And I have the audio. In another location in Gregory Park, he revealed blueprints, says that the budget was approved, the permits were granted, and he had the blueprints, and that a community resource center was going to be built in the vicinity of the Gregory Park Post Office.
Nothing.
Go ahead.
And nothing has materialized.
Nothing has materialized. On another location, he said he was going to build a mini stadium. Nothing has materialized. He had a visit once with the local government minister at a location where he said the market was going to be built. Nothing has materialized.
Which market is that?
It was supposed to be a market for Portmore. This was part of the scam about trying to pull the wool over the eyes of Portmore residents.
Yes.
That we were giving you these things as well as a parish. And then it was, when you become a parish, you will get these things. So to go back to the specific point, if Robert Miller is telling the truth, and if this government has spent more on public health than any government in the history of Jamaica, well, what Robert Miller is basically admitting is that this administration is the most inefficient administration in
No,
the
it's not
history of Jamaica.
administration. It is not administration, Mr. Price. This administry.
Mr. Stevens,
This administry, Mr. Price. That's what
let me place on record. In my early days in politics, I worked with the most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller.
Oh Lord. Oh my
A beloved female politician who was a subject of the Generation 2000's video editing used in a way to mock and humiliate Mrs. Simpson Miller. I still remember being in her company on some of the occasions when she spoke about how she felt in those moments. I still remember learning from her as she consoled herself with the memory of her mother, Mama Min, and Auntie Leela, and said, the only time you should look down on somebody is when you're going to lift them up. I know Councillor Brown. She's a beloved member of the Gregory Park community, an ardent worker on behalf of her community. And I have information that suggests she was called upon moments before she took the microphone, and that a scheme was practiced on her. And what we've seen is a result of that scheme. And I admonish the individual who called her up without notice, without prior notice or preparation. And I have seen...
So it was a setup, Mr. Price?
It was a setup. That's my opinion based on information shared with me.
So the Labour rights set up Councillor Brown?
Because there is an argument that the incumbent Member of Parliament has identified her replacement.
Hey!
In some spaces.
Lord, what you said?
Yes, the incumbent Member of Parliament has said several times that he has identified her replacement and used that clip to justify the reason for the replacement while also pretending to be supportive or commiserating. So I'm not going to participate in it. I know her. She's an ardent worker. She's a beloved member of the Gregory Park community. She is a passionate public servant. And my experience working with Mrs. Simpson Miller, nobody should be subjected to what Councillor Brown is being subjected to.
Mighty God. So it was a planned, organized scheme.
That's the information that is now developing, yes.
But, so the Labourites, what did I call me, Courtney? And I tell me, say, it was a scheme by the MP. So I threw me the attack. Bella, Councillor Brown, Councillor Brown. Councillor Brown. You know, mighty God. You see them treacherous and treasonous and wicked. But it is a timely reminder in the Holy Week. Yes.
And you know something?
Of the character of Judas.
And it plays out another feature of the Jamaican society that needs to change. Also within the same time frame, another politician, a female from that same party,
that one they rough,
but from a different social stratum. And if you notice the difference in how her inability to recite a gem that children learn from primary school, you notice the difference with how she's being treated versus how Councillor Brown is being treated. So I'm not gonna participate in any commentary about that. And I will say this.
Solid point there, you know. That is a solid point. But I'm glad you have confirmed the stories that I've been hearing. Mighty God. But
the name, I won't say it here, but all across the constituency, the name of the so-called replacement is known.
Bawl, Lord God, Bawl. I hear the word Bawl. That is the name you're getting to?
Well, when it comes to that party, there's usually a bell or two.
You know what? Let me leave it there, so. Yes. But Councillor Brown. But I gather that the councillor not talking to the MP.
Right now?
I gather that the councillor, Labour Rights tell me, say, but you know, let me leave that one. Let me leave that one there because me see a big clash of Western, Westmoreland and Bradley Avenue today. But me leave them the business. There was a big clash with the outgoing and the person who want to be MP in Western Westmoreland. It is really embarrassing what is happening over there. But Mr. Price did tell us, you know, the pantomime. Yeah. The actors on the show will come on. The protagonist and the antagonist will. But Mr. Price.
Yes, sir.
Let us fact check something. You're a historian, right?
Yeah, you have to be careful about these labels because I like current affairs. I read a lot. I've said it before. I'm a nerd, but I'm not a historian.
You know I asked because Tom Fool and Tom Drunk. No, Tom Fool and Tom Drunk. I don't know which Tom Fool or which Tom Drunk. But
are you not talking about April 1?
No, not talking about April 1. We know what April 16th or 17th. Tom Fool and Tom Drunk. Because I heard Tom Fool propagated an argument that is Norman Manley. Producer, can you find what him say about Norman Manley? Him say Norman Manley saying take out Garvey out of Jamaica. Anything, sir?
Us all welcome to bring greetings, Senator the Honorable Tom Tavares Finson, President of the Senate. One president.
Just to beat and teach, beat and teach, beat and teach, just beat and teach. Step over them, make everybody see. Just to beat and teach. We not put boy in them place.
PNP, are you me combo? Sorry to hear with them online. Cause you me combo PNP.
Don't you trouble Zion, say me no trouble them. Don't you trouble Zion, leave them alone. Zion has the key, can open any door. Don't you trouble Zion.
PNP, are you me come out, you know? Every time the Jamaica Labour Party look about the progress of this country, want to take bad mind and koro and mash it up. When Marcus Garvey came to Jamaica in 1923 and began to work with the UNIA and ran as a councillor for the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation, Marcus Garvey, Norman Manley sent him to prison and run him out of Jamaica. When Edward Seaga named Marcus Garvey the first national hero of Jamaica and brought his body to Jamaica, PNP go up a National Heroes Park and mash it up.
Raymond Price.
Yes, sir.
Did the PNP do the things to Marcus Garvey that Tom Tavares alleged was done? Give me
Mr. Tavares. So in Jamaica, we have something called the table of precedence, which ranks VIPs within the public sphere. And as president of the Senate, Mr. Tom Tavares Finson ranks very highly on the table of precedence. But the table of precedence is not linked to intellect, intelligence, integrity, or truth.
Repeat that. Repeat that.
The table of precedence is not linked to intellect, intelligence, integrity, or truth. Your position on the table of precedence is based on the position you hold. And as president of the Senate, he is highly placed on the table of precedence, but by his utterances, he is lowly placed in the table of truth, intellect, intelligence, or integrity.
So what you're saying in behaving like
the history is different from what he spoke. The PNP came into being on the 18th of September, 1938. The incidents about which he spoke, he said in his own words, took place in 1923, 15 years before the formation of the People's National Party.
15 years.
15 years. People's National Party was founded on the 18th of September, 1938 at the Ward Theatre, the same Ward Theatre that the former mayor of San and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, during his tenure, money was spent, including providing a contract for laying carpets in the Ward Theatre, where there are neither carpets nor restoration visible. So if you will allow me to read for you, Garvey, at 42 years old, was elected in 1929 to the then Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation, now the KSAMC, while serving 3 months in the St. Catherine District Prison for contempt of court. He missed 3 sittings of the council and was disqualified based on the rules of the council. He was subsequently re-elected unopposed to the council in 1930, was re-elected in 1931 after new elections were called following investigation into corruption of a councillor in the KSAMC.
Wow.
Served until 1934. I won't call the name of the councillor tonight, but that councillor should be very well known to Tom Tavares Finson, the councillor whose corruption caused fresh elections to be held.
Repeat that?
The councillor whose corruption caused fresh elections to be held, the identity of that councillor should be very familiar to Tom Tavares Finson.
Why would it be familiar, Mr. Price?
Well, he has returned to the political platform. Maybe we'll see him again, and maybe he will explain.
That... Wait. Wait, man, Jimmy. So you said the counselor is a family member?
No, I'm saying that he's very well known. The name of that counselor would not come as new information to Tom Tavares Finson. So you see, this is a problem when people try to write their own history. We have documents in this country and institutions in this country, such as the Jamaica Library Service, such as the Institute of Jamaica, such as the Jamaica Gazette, such as the Jamaica Information Service, and everybody has a best friend called Google. So I'm going to read again. Mr. Tom Tavares Finson's references to 1923. Remember that the realities are as follows. Garvey, at 42 years old, was elected in 1929 to the then Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation. So Mr. Tavares Finson alleges that in 1923, Garvey was chased out of Jamaica by the PNP. The PNP was not formed until 1938. And Garvey stood for and was successful in elections to the then Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation at the age of 42 in 1929. He, however, for contempt of court, was made to serve 3 months in the St. Catherine District Prison. During those 3 months, he missed 3 sittings of the KSAC, which by the rules disqualified him, and therefore his seat was vacated. He was subsequently re-elected unopposed to the council in 1930 and was re-elected in 1931 after new elections were called following investigations into corruption of a councillor in the KSAC. Garvey served in the KSAC until 1934. And by the way, let me just use this opportunity to commend and congratulate Mayor Andrew Swaby and the councillors of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation for renaming the council, the council room at the KSAMC in honor of the Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey. So Mr. Finson, like Mr. Miller, whose clip you played before, have confirmed in the case of Mr. Miller that this administration is the most ineffective administration in the history of independent Jamaica. It has also confirmed that we can call Mr. Tavares Finson high-low. He might be high on the table of precedence, but he's low on the table of integrity, intellect, intelligence, and truth. And by the way, I have a question for you. I have a question for you. Tom Tavares Finson.
Oh, I couldn't ask him.
I'm just asking is there a connection with Tom Tavares Finson and Cartel's failed case, which was not overturned until Isaac Buchanan took it over?
Reverse the case! What you say, me surprise?
I'm trying to remember. You know what I just said? Everybody's best friend named Google. Do I have to Google? Does anybody else recall that Tom Tavares Finson was at some point connected to the cartel case, but the cartel case wasn't even resolved until Isaac Buchanan, Valrenita Robertson, and others took it over? I'm not suggesting that it was a scheme by Finson. I'm just saying that if his knowledge of history is as he displayed it, then I have let me stop right there.
Wait, let me say, so are you saying, or are you interpreting, or are you inferring, Mr. Price, that the precedence is high, but when it comes on to the is what you're calling it fully done? Mr. Price.
But back to the substantive point.
That is a solid point you make tonight. You know?
Mr. Tavares Finson's version of history had Marcus Garvey being chased out of Jamaica in 1923. The People's National Party was not formed until 1938. So the accusation that the People's National Party chased Garvey out of Jamaica in 1923, that accusation is false. Garvey stood for successful elections to the KSAC, as it was then known, during the 20s and 30s. So I don't know what Tavares Finson is speaking about, and I'm sure if he saw the clip, he doesn't know what he's speaking about.
He also said that when Siaga was burying Garvey, the PNP chased out Garvey. They go mash up the proceedings. You know about that?
I was not alive at the time. I have no personal knowledge of it, and my research has not confirmed that anything went that way. There is folklore that some people did not trust Siaga and did not believe it was Garvey's corpse, and that the coffin was opened prior to the burial, prior to the recommittal of his body at Heroes Park. And that was done, and some persons who doubted that it was Garvey in the coffin,
yes,
then came to the conclusion that it was indeed Garvey's remains. But let us also advance the conversation around Garveyism.
Yes.
It was a Jamaica Labour Party government. Mavis Gilmore, I believe, was the Minister of Education. That stopped teaching civics in schools. And the book Civics for Young Jamaica at the time was the closest tool, the closest rubric to teaching Garveyism. It was the People's National Party administration that restored Liberty Hall on King Street. It was a PNP mayor that named the council room in Garvey's honor. It is a PNP prime minister in Mark Golding who will introduce Garveyism in schools. So how do you...
So you're saying that the People's National Party has a history of reinforcing Garveyism and the whole issue of Marcus Garvey as an ideology for the people.
As an ideology, as an identity, as a roadmap.
So you say it was Mavis Gilmore who took it out, the Labour Right Minister of Education?
Let me check my good friend Google.
Mark Golding said under his watch, Garveyism will be introduced as a part of the curriculum.
Yeah.
Mighty God. Only hearing there for himself. And it was Andrew Swaby who has turned the council room into the Marcus Garvey council room. No, Mr. Price, you come hot for them tonight.
No, I've just come with the truth. And by now, your listeners understand that I am not going to make a claim about anything that I did not research.
Jamaica, I hope you're liking this show. Let me take a commercial break now, Jamaica. Everybody loving the show tonight, right? Is a deep historical fact-checking we're doing tonight with what they said on their political stage. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, Mr. Price is coming with the facts. Don't move, Jamaica. We're coming back with the facts. Let me take the commercial break right now.
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
Yes, indeed, it's time to ball out. Jamaica, land of beauty, is in trouble. We've got to ball out. Reverse the order. Back to the sender.
Where they come from? Send it back.
Jamaica needs God. It is the 21st of the month of April 2025. It's Easter Monday. Mega Center Breakthrough Portmore, 18 West Tradeway, Portmore Town Center. Come on out. It's going to be super. Jamaica, we have to reverse the order. Back to the sender. In Jesus' name. Come on out. The song will ring out.
Reverse the curse.
People will be there. Everyone is coming. Bring your banner, bring your billboard, bring your flyer. Let's grab a time together at Bawl 2025 Easter Monday. We've got Bishop Richard Gardner, we've got Apostle Lawrence, we've got Minister Audi, we've got Apostle Jackson, Apostle Marshall, myself and the Breakthrough team. What a time it's going to be. 9:30 in the morning, all day, all night. Yes, indeed. Breakthrough Portmore. The Mega Center comes alive. Easter Monday the 21st at 9:30. Bawl Jamaica. We need Jesus in this.
Join us for the International Women's Achievers Awards June 28, 2025 at the Courtyard by Marriott Hotel 19 Biscayne Present Brampton. Hosted by Kerry Lee Crawford, red carpet host Andrea Thompson. Recognizing ladies such as Julie Black, Dr. Rita Persaud, Mel C, Keisha Brownie, and Marie Baker, and many other amazing women. Purchase your ticket today at iwaawards.org. Keynote speaker, live from Jamaica, Andre Stevens. Make it a date.
Say goodbye to pain. If you suffer from arthritis, sciatica, fibromyalgia, muscular, back, hip, knee, headache, and sinusitis, then Dr. Brown Arthritis Joint and Remedy Oil Pain is the answer. Listen to another satisfied customer.
Hi, I wanted to let you know that I've used this arthritis joint and remedy oil. And I tested it out with her tester a couple of times because I have a knee that's been driving me crazy. It hurts so much. And I put this on and walked around for a little bit, and I thought, okay, I'm really liking this stuff, and would absolutely recommend that you try it.
Enjoy life without the pain. It's just a rub away. Visit our website or contact us at 917-557-6204 and get this amazing remedy oil.
One love season to the bone. Your one-stop seasoning. Authentic Jamaican seasoning. Low sodium. No MSG. All natural herbs and spices. Straight out a yard. All-purpose. Chicken, fish, jerk. Available at Broad Meat Food Stores, North Lauderdale, Lauderdale Lakes, Margate and Pembroke Pines. Key Food Stores, Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Bravo Supermarket, Miami, Fort Lauderdale and Palm Bay. FA&M and Price Choice, Miami. Thrifty Food Store, Palm Bay. Food Basket and DNL Supermarket, Palm Beach. Festival Margate, and available at all leading supermarkets and the Centerville Food Store, Nassau, Bahamas. Phone 561-946-9941. Email gfedllc@gmail.com. One love season to the bone. Your one-stop seasoning.
Welcome back, Jamaica. Welcome to this potent, powerful, fact-checking show with Mr. Raymond Price as we dissect the truth of what is being told to the people of Jamaica. So tonight, Jamaica, Mr. Price has presented the facts as to what has really happened and what Tom Tavares Finson said from what Tom Tavares Finson did say, right? But basically everything that him said basically has no truth to it. Has no truth. So you said you were going to look at the facts again, Mr. Price. What are the facts?
So
about the civic.
Mavis Gwendolyn Gilmore Peterson, OJCD, was born on the 13th of April 1926. She's a medical practitioner and a former politician representing the Jamaica Labour Party. She served as Minister of Education from 1980 to 1986. As a standalone, and so that's one source that people can fact check. She was the Minister of Education from 1980 to 1986. Civics, as a standalone subject in schools, was removed from the national curriculum in 1982. 1982.
And she was the minister from 1980 to 1986.
Yes, sir.
So it was her and what his name? Siaga who did that.
Yes, sir.
Oh my Lord. Mighty God. When you hear that tonight, Jamaica?
And I want to use this opportunity to speak now to the current Minister of Education. Well, and if she doesn't have the capacity to get it done before the Holness administration has its final curtain call, then I know Senator, then by then, Member of Parliament for Northwest St. Catherine and Minister of Education, Damian Crawford, will be able to get it done. Because in 2016, Royal Reed announced that they were relaunching a curriculum for civics in schools. And I will read from a document.
Be done. Royal Reed was caught up in the cookie jar.
Right. Adhesive fingers. Rightfully covering the civics space.
What you say in fingers were what?
Adhesive.
What you say, Mr. Price? Adhesive fingers.
Yes.
Cruel.
So, a set of journalists.
But no, that deserve a ball out, Jamaica. Adhesive finger.
Out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out. From Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody. Man up.
So, a group of journalists,
Mr. Press, what you say, Mama? Almighty God! No, Mr. Press, what you say, Mama, again?
Adhesive fingers, crazy glue.
No. Sticky. I wonder if somebody can do an artwork with him in the cookie jar and just have the word adhesive fingers. Yes, Mr. Price, let us get back to the substantive issues.
All right, so a group of journalists did a study entitled Covering the Civic Space 2023 survey. And it was to find out how many Jamaicans knew their rights. In that study, they were drawn to the fact that the traditional way of teaching students their rights was civics. If they were taught their rights in school, they would learn their civic responsibility and their behavior would positively impact society. That was the hypothesis. So the survey was conducted in 2023 with 250 participants from all 14 parishes and across the diaspora of both genders and all socioeconomic backgrounds. The data collected revealed that even though there had been a launch in 2016 by Minister Royal Reed that spoke about the reintroduction of civics in schools, up until that point in 2023, no meaningful the action had been taken by the Ministry of Education. So I'm going to read directly. In 2016, then Minister of Education, Senator Roel Reid, mentioned there will be a reintroduction of civics in schools. He noted national awareness is an important part of a child's development, and the teaching of civics must again occupy its rightful pride of place in schools. He added, our students must know their basic human rights, know about universal adult suffrage, and the great men and women who fought for it. We want our citizens to be proud Jamaicans. In September 2017, Executive Director of the Legal Aid Council, Hugh Faulkner, said persons need to become more aware of their rights provided under the Constitution of Jamaica to ensure their rights are not violated when in custody. In March 2021, the National Family Planning Board recommended that human rights should be reintroduced into the school curriculum from as early as basic school, pointing out that human rights are not currently taught in Jamaican schools. And then we have quotes from Nicola Cousins and some other people. However, the study found that in December 2022, there was a relaunch of civics in school by then Minister of Education, Favour Williams. She said that the aim of the relaunch is to provide guidelines that will be used by teachers to help strengthen the foundation of a successful and balanced society. So Roel Reid relaunched it, and then Favour relaunched it over back again. And now we're waiting on Dana Dixon to relaunch it over back again one more time. And I suspect that it will be Damian Crawford that will actually get it done.
My.
So
I'm also told Andre is the same Mavis Gilmore, who as Minister of Education orchestrated the largest expulsion of Jamaican students when over 300 students were unjustly expelled at Paisley Gardens in East Portland.
That was when the Jamaica School of Agriculture was relocated from Twickenham Park to Paisley Gardens, which is now where it is as part of CASE. That expulsion took place from students who had entered to do the diploma in education. So,
really?
Yeah.
So the Labour right them then expel over 300 students?
So, and you know, Mr. Holness has taken on a side job of rewriting history. And he keeps referring to the social experiments of the 1980s. So I have some questions through you for him. What of the 1980s has offended him so much? Is it the equal pay for women? Is it the Status of the Children Act?
No, boss.
Is it the maternity leave with pay? Is it the free education up to tertiary level? Because in the 1970s, University of the West Indies students did not pay tuition. It was Prime Minister Edward Seaga who introduced what he called the cess, which caused Jamaican students to have to pay a percentage of their tuition. Now, that percentage that they have to pay was enough of an hindrance for Black people to not be able to send their children to high school, to university. And I'm going to say something. A couple of Fridays ago, I attended the funeral of the late Valerie Nita Robertson, KC. And from where I sat, I was able to look across at the front pew. And I won't identify them by name. They know themselves. And a few of them watch this program.
Really?
But sitting on the front bench were legal luminaries, some still serving and others retired. And at least one, having retired, has recently taken up a very substantial post in the public sector. And when you look at the ages of these Black women and Black men, you know of a fact that it was during the 70s that they pursued their legal studies at the University of West Indies free of cost. So the vaulted judiciary that we celebrate in Jamaica, the vaulted judiciary that is the bulwark between totalitarianism, Holness style, and democracy. The judiciary, which every time the Holness administration runs amok of the Constitution, the judiciary that protects our rights, the judiciary that protects our democracy, the leaders of the judicial branch of government are all the beneficiaries of free tertiary education of the 1970s when Michael Manley was the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Is that why Holness is so obsessed with hatred for the 70s? And were he the Prime Minister in the 70s, would he not have done NHT? Would he not have done maternity leave with pay? Would he not have done the Status of the Children's Act? Would he not have done equal pay for equal work? Would he not have done equal pay for women? What does he hate about the 70s? And let us talk about the 1990s, which is also some place that he loves to reside and love to recreate.
Yes.
In the and let me just read some facts for you. The PNP built over 15,000 houses in Portmore during the 1990s under the leadership of first Michael Manley up to 1992, and then PJ Patterson from 1992 up until 2006. In Greater Portmore, 13,000 houses were built. Gore built under the same period 1,000 homes in Cumberland and 500 additional homes in Brayton. New Era and Leslie Davis of blessed memory did Cedar Manor, which is in my constituency. And of course, Ransford White built those homes in Nago Head. Marine Park, all of these areas that they are coming with their adhesive fingers for were built during the 90s. Ascot High School, built in the 90s. Brayton, when you check all of the schools, let's go back to the 70s for a bit. Had there in the 70s that Andrew calls social experiment, let me talk to you about 3 marvelous achievements in the social experiment.
Yes.
Garvey Maceo High School, Jose Marti High School, and G.C. Foster College. Because of the relationship between Jamaica and Cuba. Those schools, those gifts, those policies are still giving today. I know people who were in the first batch of graduates from Garvey Maceo. G.C. Foster College, when it was built, had dorms that were state of the art. It had a health facility.
Yes.
It had an Olympic-size diving pool and an Olympic quality 8-lane swimming pool. In the October 1980 elections, persons dressed in JLP paraphernalia invaded the G.C. Foster College campus.
What?
The beds in the health center on the campus were thrown into the pool.
Mighty God.
Classrooms were vandalized.
My.
And there was graffiti and all sorts of debris left there for months. Let's come back to the 90s. It was not until the 1990s, while Portia Simpson Miller was the Minister of Sport during the Patterson administration, that E. Foster was fully restored. Talk about that keeps on giving. All of the top-notch coaches, all of the top-notch sports technicians, all of the top-notch sports educators that gave us the golden Olympic results.
My.
We love to celebrate. came out of GC Foster, came out of the social experiment. So I, for one, am happy for the social experiment. But let us talk about the experiment, the Holness experiment.
My God, what you call it?
The Holness experiment. The Holness experiment started off very lofty indeed. Within the first 100 days of my administration, I will bring to Parliament legislation for fixed election dates, for impeachment, for this, for term limits, for that. And 9 years later, nothing has been done. 9 years later, no school has been built. 9 years later, not one new health center has been built. 9 years later, not one STEM academy has been built. 9 years later, you take the Favour Williams route of building communities. Favour Williams reminded us that one cocoa full basket. Prime Minister Andrew Holness go around the country one house at a time. Big launch to one house at a time. So if we want to have a fact-based discussion, here is my hypothesis, Jamaica.
Yes.
Mr. Holness keep taking us back to the 70s and wrapping his version of the 70s to hide the fact that he has not achieved anything substantial in the 9 years where only he has been Prime Minister. He has had 110 uninterrupted months as head of government. And if you match those 110 months against the previous 48 months while Portia Simsimila was Prime Minister, we can at least boast about Cedar Grove Academy. We can at least boast about Aberdeen High School. And if you go back to the 18 years, from 89 to 2007, well, I just gave you a summary of houses built, of communities built, of wealth created among the black masses of the country. Because a house that was sold for $4 million in Portmore in 1993 is now worth $60 million today.
My God.
And the only challenge we have in Portmore, especially in East Central St. Catherine, is poorly maintained roads, no new infrastructure built, earthen drains that were said would have been concreted have not yet been concreted. And every 3 or so months, we have the repetitive season of road patching on Newland Road, where what needs to be done on Newland Road is proper draining, raise the road, give a proper foundation to the road, and give proper surfacing to the road. So I'm not a historian, but I will fact check the most bombast of Holness's demigods, as they think themselves to be. And the three you've mentioned so far who spoke at Cedar Grove Academy, the very Cedar Grove Academy that was built in a PNP administration, I've been easily able to show that they were high on volume and low on value. They were high on noise and low on fact. So I call them the high-low bunch. No disrespect to the supermarket chain.
No, man. H-I-L-O-W.
Yeah, L-O-W. Thank you very much.
H-I-L-O-W.
Yeah.
So when he come with his revisionism to say that is the Labour Party who built Portmore, what is your argument to him tonight?
To quote the most honorable Edward Seaga, mash down that lie.
What you said?
Mash down that lie.
Adhesive fingers want to get 5 more years.
Yeah. And you know, I'm going to make a call to the graduates of Garvey Maceo High.
And
But
GC.
wait, hold on a second. That includes Robert Nestor Morgan.
What you said?
Yeah, let me fact check myself before I get into trouble.
And he went to Clarendon College.
Oh, did he? Did he? From first form? Did he?
Just like Abka, who went to Ferncourt and same go to Casey. So you say?
I'm calling on the past students of Garvey Maceo High School to enter the discussion as to whether they were a success of the experiment or a failure of the experiment. Because if you're familiar with the geography of Clarendon and the location of Garvey Maceo, the Garvey Maceo campus is like a lighthouse in the open ocean at night. Surrounding the Garvey Maceo campus are acres and acres of sugarlands. And rising out of the soil, where the sweat, blood, and bones of enslaved Africans, our ancestors, are interred, is a great institution, the result of the relationship between Michael Manley and Fidel Castro. And the students that have gone there, been educated there, and graduated from there are not vetted prior to entry. Your JLP or your PNP. They're vetted prior to entry based on another innovation of the People's National Party, a universal aptitude test. Some time ago, it was called Common Entrance. Then it was changed to Grade 6 Achievement Test. And now it is PEP.
And I recently saw a principal, Keisha Hales, sent me, I don't know if she sent you Raymond Price.
Okay, no, I fact-checking myself. Robert Nestor Morgan graduated from Garvey Maceo in 1998. He attended that institution between 1993 and 1998 and went elsewhere for sixth form.
Oh!
So imagine how angry Nestor Morgan feels every time his prime minister refers to the social experiment, as if he did not rise to the level he is today because he attended the achievement of the social experimentation. Because who could criticize a government for building schools if not a government that has built none? Who could criticize a government for building hospitals if not a government who has built none? Who could criticize a government for providing proper education up to the tertiary level if not a government who does not? Who could criticize a government that has brought the masses of the people through education into the middle class at the height of society, in the judiciary, in the financial sector, in the academic sector, in the political sector, in the public service sector, in the military, in the constabulary, if not a government who has done nothing?
But he asks who going to stop him. You know, hear him say, who will stop him?
Yes, and I can answer that question.
Who going to stop him?
The electorate. Because we are a democracy and we have never accepted totalitarianism. And the proof of my statement is this: the 1989 general elections.
Oh, so you say, well, reach Siaga going to surely reach him.
And he won't have the benefits that Siaga has, because in preparing to come here on your program, I've not read it yet myself, but I was advised that after the visit of the Secretary of State, for which we still have not heard any clear reporting from Cabinet. But we have been seeing certain things.
It's subjective argument.
After I'm gone, we say tariff. And now I understand that there are supposed to be strict guidelines applied to Jamaicans traveling to the United States, even if they hold a visa, because of what I can only describe as the apparent deterioration of the view of Kingston held by the leaders in Washington.
Repeat that.
It appears by the implementation of a tariff and the new travel guidelines for Jamaicans that there has been a deterioration of the view of Kingston from Washington.
Is where you find that, Mr. Price? Send it to me.
I will.
So where's about the visas?
That there are supposed to be strict guidelines applied to Jamaicans traveling to the US. I'll get the details and I'll forward them to you.
Mighty. But, you know, didn't I say to you? I've been asking you, no, Jamaica. I've been asking you. I'm sure there was a timeline.
The only thing people could say is, no, Raymond, it's a coincidence. Right? And I have to go back to Tom Tavares Finson.
Go back there.
Didn't he run against Portia Simpson? Well, she was then Portia Simpson, now Portia Simpson Miller, in Southwest St. Andrew, a seat where an entire community is named after a Tavares. But this Tavares couldn't cross it in the voice of Cliff Twang. Tom Tavares cannot cross it. So we already know the value, even in East Central St. Catherine, because I believe him did run there against you small.
My.
Tom Tavares Finson should, of all of the persons who spoke, should have recognized the transformation in East Central St. Catherine since he attempted to be a member of parliament in that area. Because he has stumbled on Cedar Manor, built by the PNP. He has stumbled on Cedar Grove, built by the PNP. He has stumbled on Cedar Grove Academy, built by the PNP. The only thing that he might be familiar with is the perimeter fence around Caymaner's track. So don't come into East Central St. Catherine and disrespect the legacy of Michael Manley and tell lie about PNP chased Garvey out of Jamaica in 1923 when the PNP wasn't established for another 15 years.
But I don't even think Garvey was in Jamaica 1923.
Well,
because if you look back, I think he was in the United States at that time.
Hold on a second. Let us follow that. 1 second, sir.
You know, as a historian like you, Mr. Price, I recall he never come to Jamaica yet. I tell you know, Tom drunk and Tom certainly fool. I did say Tom drunk, but Tom not fool. But him is Tom drunk and Tom certainly fool. Hello, good night. Yes, my friend.
Yes, I watch your program and all. Good night.
Yes, just get to the point, my friend.
Yes. Marcus Garvey.
Turn the thing off, no man. I tell you all the time to turn off the thing, man.
Marcus Garvey was in America and sent to prison by the Oh, okay. Marcus Garvey was in the United States of America and was sentenced to prison by the FBI in 1923. Marcus Garvey was in Jamaica.
All right, my friend. So it's a Garvey wasn't in Jamaica. If him said 1923, Garvey was deported to Jamaica in 1927.
1927.
All right, my friend.
Reading from the National Archives, right? The Jamaica National Archives. Membership in the UNIA declined in the United States after Garvey's incarceration for federal mail fraud between 1925 and 1927. His deportation in 1927 to Jamaica increased the factionalization within the movement.
Yeah.
All right. So your caller is on the right path. So again, another source that confirms that Tom Tavares Finson was not speaking truth. And, you know, Tom Tavares Finson, I'm going to ask him to check his memory of his colleague, Dr. Bird, and the funding that was received for building schools in the Shearer administration, schools which still have not been found.
Repeat that?
Dr. Bird, a former Minister of Education in a Jamaica Labour Party administration of the 1960s. Money collected for building schools that was not built.
My God, Dr. Bird. Students, sometimes we don't need to have the hype and the excitement over here for this class to be nice. You know, this was a solid historical conversation filled with punches tonight. Who would agree? Who would agree that this was, or this is, a class filled with punches and solid history lessons that many of you would never get anywhere else? Hello, good night.
Yes, Andre. Remember, you know, PNP formed 1938 and Marcus Garvey did 1940. You understand me? So at what point did the PNP get sent back Marcus Garvey back over United States? I don't know where them get them history from, you know.
Yes.
I don't know where them get them history from. You understand me? It was 1927. He was deported back to Jamaica.
Yeah, man, we dealt with all of that, my friend. We dealt with all of that. All right?
Yeah.
God bless you.
Some additional information and a correction. Bird was the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education during the JLP administration, and the money to build the schools had been received by the World Bank. And the schools have not been found even now.
So they never built a school. How much school? About
adhesive fingers.
Students, bless up the super chat for this powerful show tonight.
Part of the genetic engineering of the Jamaica Labour Party. Adhesive fingers. And a history lesson you could do. How many ministers of government linked to the Jamaica Labour Party administration have been imprisoned or charged for adhesive fingers? More than any other government anywhere in the Caribbean since the period of independence across the Caribbean.
Yes, my friend. Good night. Make a powerful point and make it quick.
Yes. Mr. Price, there were two schools built by Michael Manley in southwest Clarendon, 10 miles apart. Came to the eye in 1974 and Garvey Mosse in 1978.
Thank you very much.
All right, my friend. Thank you for the history lesson.
All right. And it's important to mention the schools in southwest Clarendon, because until those schools were built, that section of Clarendon had the people who lived in that section of Clarendon were basically overlooked by public education. So it was a deliberate decision by the Manley administration to locate schools of the ilk of Garvey Maceo, for which a member of the JLP cabinet is a graduate, 1993 to 1998, Robert Nestor Morgan. I even have members of his graduates in class sending me information.
Mr. Stevens, yes, I'm Raymond. I like how you're dealing with it, powerful client. I like no nice stuff going on there. And we know how Jamaica listen that when the Andrews administration tell him lie, you know what to do. What the most risk, you know. First thing, Timmy high school was built by Michael Manley in Canada. And technical was built by Michael Manley in East. And we want to let them know that the People's National Party don't have nothing to talk about. It's Jamaican people live the life of it. And I want to keep this every month. Yes. Every month I want to bring somebody to educate the nation. Please, Andre. And Raymond Price, I love how you sit on it and deal with it. I want to go back to my 15 and listen to you. I want to make people know that listen and Holness. In my life will take in. Don't miss the team anymore. Just concentrate on the People's National Party. Don't bless the country. And yes, SGCU. Turn up to St. George's College.
All right, my friend. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, hello. Good night.
Good night.
Yes, my friend. Yes, head boy.
Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. I'm not sure what's happening. Hello? Come on, students. Bless up the class for the nice class tonight. Hello, good night.
Good night, Andre. Raymond?
Yes, sir.
You forgot a very important thing when you talk about school. Anchovy High School was built by the Cubans, you know. And you must always remind those people that every single school in Cornwall, from basic school to community college, was built by the PNP. Just let them know that. Every single school in Cornwall, from basic to community college, was built by the PNP. All clinics, all police stations, every fire station was built by the PNP.
All right. So you said the PNP are the real builder. All right, Comrade John. I hear you loud and clear.
Yep. Ascot High School was built in 1997.
Waterford High School.
Let's check Waterford High School.
Bridgeport High. Cumberland High School. Cedar Grove. Which other school? Hello, good night, welcome. Yes, talk up loud, my friend. Miss, you're very low, you're very low.
I did relate to the fact that I'm not a bit surprised because when I hear the lies, trust me, I had to. Hello?
I am hearing you.
Yes, I had to just lock my ears and run away. But I just want to add two more facts apart from various things, closing those schools in the era and including Marine Teachers College and a lot more colleges around. All secondary hospitals were closed in that era of the 80s. All secondary hospitals. You would have like a tier 1 hospital and a tier 2. All secondary hospitals were closed in the 1980s. Also in the 1990s, was the year for the youth to buy their own houses. A Bridgeview house was selling that for $780,000. And at 27-year-old, you would be qualified for 3-4 different type of houses. You had choices.
All right, I'm not hearing your caller. You're very low. So I have to cut the call. You hear? All right, bless you. Yeah, hello, good night.
Hi, good night, teacher. How are you doing?
I'm well, my friend.
Good night to you, Brother Raymond.
Good night.
The quick point I want to make in relation to the schools and the missing schools.
An incident had occurred in Western St. Mary in the same 1960, 65, 67 thereabout, when they came to open with what is now the Cornwall High School. It should have been an agricultural school for girls, you know. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
When they came to open the entire academy, there was no school up there except the little building that is now at the Cornwall High School.
My
And
God.
the minister said at the time was maybe Skillmore. She said, well, since enough school is here, let's food and rum there, make we drink it now. So that's a history that was passed down to me, and that's a statement of fact. A lot of it occurred in St. Mary, Finson, and Terrelonge, where many of those schools were never built.
Wow.
Sir Andre, I want to add something to what that caller has brought up. Today, at an event in St. Catherine, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the current Prime Minister, speaking at a groundbreaking, made reference to the UDC, saying that the UDC did not do any projects for a protracted period of time until he became Prime Minister.
Yeah, for the past 20 years. That is
Let me read a Gleaner article of, what's the date here? June 17, 2000.
Yeah.
Right? A new 1,350 capacity comprehensive high school at Cumberland in Portmore, St. Catherine is one of two schools now under construction as part of a 1.2 billion new schools program being implemented by the Urban Development Corporation, UDC, on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Culture. The other school is a 300-place basic school at Silverstone in Greater Portmore. The Cumberland High School is expected to be constructed at an approximate cost of $211 million and the Silverstone Basic School at an estimated cost of $36 million. Both completed for the September 2000 school years. Contractors on the project are West Indies Home Contractors Limited, WICON, who have established a track record for design and build system being used in this program. The program seeks to increase the school stock through the construction of 4 comprehensive, 2 primary, and 5 basic schools over a 30-month period in response to the growing population in the southern east section of St. Catherine. The comprehensive high schools will each provide an additional 1,350 places. The primary school, 1,200 places, and the basic school, 300 places, all in the Portmore and Greater Portmore area of St. Catherine, all funded by the Urban Development Corporation. So the Prime Minister was either misinformed, unaware, or not telling the truth at all.
My God. Hello. Good night. Welcome, caller.
Andre, good night. How you doing?
I'm well, my friend.
I just want to add to what Raymond talked about Ascot Primary School. Let us be reminded that this school was constructed by WICON, right, in 1997. It was opened on December 10, 2000 by then Minister of Education, Berkshire Whiteman.
Oh, all right.
That was when PNP was in power.
Okay, my friend.
And the Greater Portmore High School was also founded in 1995. That was when PNP was also in power.
All right, my friend. Thank you.
That's all I have to say. Have a good night.
All right.
Waterford Primary School was built in 1978 when the People's National Party was in power.
Hello, good night. Welcome. Good night. Welcome, caller. Hello, welcome to PDTV. Hello, good night.
Hello, Andre.
Sir, you have to talk up, you know, man.
Yes. I have the lesson tonight.
Sir, turn off the TV and talk up, or I have to turn you off.
Turn off that. The lesson have been yearning for.
Sir, you have to talk up. You have to talk up, Daddy.
I'm speaking. I said the lesson tonight by Raymond Price.
Yes.
Is a most welcome lesson because I have been saying it from a few weeks now.
Yes.
That somebody from the PNP must let the facts be known to the nation. And I was saying, how long are they going to wait for this lesson to take place? If God must have put it in Raymond to come tonight to let the chips fall where it may.
Well, I made a conscious effort, my father, to see to it that the people would need to start fact checking because media houses in Jamaica not fact checking, and they allow politicians to go around and make utterances and then not fact checking them. So you see, when PDTV start do it, other bloggers will take it up and start fact checking. All right?
Let me say to you, God bless you, Andre. Keep up the good work.
Yes, my father.
Let me say to you, if 1982
yes.
was removed from the curriculum,
yes,
it was one of the worst things could ever happen. Our crime rate would have not have been where it is at now.
Yes.
Because the people were not learning any more civics. They had no guidance.
They turn on each other.
That's it. And they turn on each other.
But it also was a scheme with Siaga and others, you know. When the reports come out in May, you know, Dog name will sup out some of the things with them organize and orchestrate for to the Jamaican people. You remember there's a particular report that is to come out, you know. When they come out, you will see how Siaga worked and he coerced in doing some things to mash up the Jamaican society. You know about it?
Of course I know about it. And
just for power.
We who were born in that era and who have been schooled based on Michael Manley's input.
Yes.
The whole education aspect. That was the year when free education right up to college. I was able to go to Michael College.
Yes.
And so many of us were benefited from Michael Manley's input. And we are now many are holding down their head. I'm glad that Raymond came up, but even members of the Jamaica Labour Party today who have benefited from it, holding their head under the sun like the proverbial.
All right, my father, thank you. You here?
Have a wonderful evening.
God bless you. Yes. Hello, good night, welcome.
Hi, Andre, good night. How are you?
I'm
Hi,
well,
Raymond. How are you?
Night.
Your guest, your learner guest. Andre, I want to tell you something about the Jamaica Labour Party.
Lord.
Growing up uptown, as a wealthy dad, the Labourites need to go and read the history of the bakery downtown where the Loos were and how involved Edward Siaga was with Christine Lou and her husband and her 2 children, and what happened to them when it's alleged that Edward Siaga borrowed the money to campaign in the 1980s, and when Mr. Lou asked him for his money, okay, they're lying in Dovecut, all 4 of them. The dog was murdered, the bird was murdered, the Coronation Bakery, monsieur. People need to read the history of the wickedness of the Jamaica Labour Party. Desmond Mackenzie, remember the tears of the Loos are on you. Okay? Have a good night. Thank you, Andre.
Andre.
Yes, Raymond, I don't know what the lady talking about.
No, I want to go even further back in history. This may take a minute or 3. Frome Senior Secondary School, built in 1957 during the premiership of Norman Manley, converted to Frome Technical High School in 2000 during the prime ministership of P.J. Patterson. Glenmuir High School, built in 1958 during the premiership of Norman Manley. Meadowbrook High School, 1958. Vauxhall High School, 1959. Campion College, 1960. Port Antonio High School, 1960. St. Mary High School, 1960. Vere Technical High School, 1960. Montego Bay Comprehensive High, 1961. St. James High School, 2000. Morant Bay High School, 1961. St. Andrew Technical, 1961. St. Elizabeth Technical, 1961. Tarrant Comprehensive High, 1961. William Knibb Memorial High, 1961. Bishop Gibson High, 1962. Anchovy High, 1972. St. Anne's Bay High, 1972. Arbuthnot Gallimore High, 1973.
Wait, man. 62 are when Bustamante take over Jamaica.
Bustamante did not take over Jamaica in 1962. Well, let me check the actual elections. So I can tell you when the schools were being built. So some of them, like a school that is opened in January 1962, never start build January 1962, if you get what I am saying. And I want your viewers to follow the geography of the schools I'm speaking about.
So between 62 and 72, and never labor right government in charge then?
Between 62 and 72, yes. But a school opened January 1962 was not built by the JLP administration.
But when I say 62 to 72, not never.
Well, I don't see any on the list between built in 63 or 64 or 65 or 66 or 67 or 68 or 69 or 70 or 71.
So it's a common denominator.
It's a common denominator. Look here. These people that were at Cedar Grove High School and the ones that continue to talk about the 1970s experimentation. I am proud of the 1970s experimentation because that's when school bill, that's when clinic bill, that's when hospital bill, that's when police station bill, that's when Portmore bill. Morris Meadows, for example, in East Central St. Catherine. Surrey Meadows in East Central St. Catherine.
Ball out, no producer. That one definitely deserve a ball out. That one, so it's a common thing, Courtney, when the labor rights in power.
Listen to this. We're not done with this school.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out. From Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody. Man or woman.
Continue, Mr. Price.
All right. So, Arbuthnot Gallimore High School, 1973. Naculva Technical High School, 1973. Orocabessa High School, 1973. Spalding's High School, 1973. Clancarty High School, 1974. Kempshill High School, 1974. Charlie Smith High School, 1975. Balaclava High School, 1976. Cambridge High School, 1976. Claude McKay High School, 1976. Herbert Morrison Technical High School, 1976. Maud McLeod Comprehensive High School, 1976. Donald Quarry High School, 1977. Edith Dalton James High School, 1977. Jose Marti Technical High School, 1977. Bridgeport High School, 1978. Charlemont High School, 1978. Horace Clark High School, 1978. Tacky High School, 1978. The Noon Park Technical High School, 1979. Waterford High School, 1979. Anchovy High School, Fidel Castro Campus. So from you hear it named Fidel Castro Campus, you've heard that. Oh, 1980. Garvey Messiah High School, 1980. Jonathan Grant High School, 1980. Then none in 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, or 89.
What?
Merlin Otti.
Wait. So Buster no bill none, Siaga no bill none. No.
Merlin Otti High School.
Wait, man, Price. Producer, do what you need to do, not Jamaica.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody. Man or woman.
No.
You know, boy, somebody sent me a text to say that I need to get a dub plate to say, "Oh, no, wrong for trouble, Raymond." But it's not about me. I was initially only focusing on the schools built in Portmore. But when you look on the lay of the land across Jamaica, you know why we have schools that we call traditional schools?
Yes.
There are some schools that were built before independence while we were a colony, including St. George's College. That was built in 1850.
St. Catherine High School.
And St. Catherine High School. But when you look at the schools built during the Patterson era, that's when, according to the Prime Minister, we had the Finzac explosion. So let me touch on that quickly. Do you know that Pernell Charles Sr. had a bank?
What bank Pernell Charles Sr. had?
Pernell Charles Sr. had a bank that had its offices in New Kingston, walking distance from Central National Bank. So during the time when VIPs within the JLP had failed banks, which caused the Finzac, the Patterson administration did not take the foot off the pedal in the education infrastructure for Jamaicans. So let me continue.
So wait, are you saying Pernell Charles Bank was one of them that got bailed out through Finzac?
Then the bank is up. The bank is still around today. Pernell Charles Sr. had a bank, walking distance from Central National Bank, and the bank failed, just like Central National Bank. So while they were putting the burden,
PC Bank,
right? While they were putting the burden on the Jamaican economy, and while PJ Patterson was resolving that burden through Finzac, PJ Patterson was still developing the education infrastructure. So I continue. And these are the Patterson years. Merlin Otti Comprehensive High School, Patterson. Greater Portmore High School, Patterson. Paul Bogle High School, Patterson. Ascot High School, Patterson, and Natta Bay High School. And I was working in Portland at Case as a lecturer, and I used to drive by the Natta Bay High School. I remember when ground was broken, I was there. I remember when the school first opened to students, I was there, right? So I have to stop and give special acknowledgement to Natta Bay High School, Patterson, Cumberland High School, the Patterson era, Eltham High School, the Patterson era, Innswood High School, the Patterson era, Holland High School, the Patterson era, Irwin High School, the Patterson era, Green Pond High School, the Patterson era, Spot Valley High School, the Patterson era, Hopewell High School, the Patterson era, Rhodes Hall High School, the Patterson era, and Troy High School, the Simsimilla era, 2007. Cedar Grove Academy High School, the Simsimilla era, 2013. Aberdeen High School in Aberdeen in Northeast St. Elizabeth, the Simsimilla era. I was a member of parliament, right? So who it want bun, make it bun them. We have the masses of this country having universal access to secondary education, an achievement that was a part of the Millennium Development Goals achieved during the Patterson era. And let me just add my voice. Happy 90th birthday season, PJ Patterson. On Friday at Jamaica College, he says that when you're 90, you don't celebrate your birthday, you celebrate your birthday season. And this country and every graduate of every school I have called just now owes PJ Patterson a debt of gratitude. And you know the good thing about it? PJ doesn't want the thanks. PJ don't want people groveling to him because him give one mickle of a house over there so and another muckle of a house over there. PJ Patterson was a
give them water. Give them water.
And give them water and take it back the day after. Right? PJ Patterson was a consummate prime minister, the consummate leader, and I've always said we'd speak to him about Mr. Infrastructure, but his real credit, his real credentials, his real accreditation, in my book anyway, is the vast investment he did on the education planes for Jamaica. All of these schools are built outside of the corporate area.
Yes.
All of these schools caused middle class to evolve in rural Jamaica.
Yes.
Right? And it is laughable. If it wasn't so serious, it would have been a joke. When these people stand up and talk about the burden of the 1990s because of Finzac. The next time I come on here, I'm going to talk to you about the cause of the Finzac burden. And I don't want to start calling names, but I know a lady who her number one claim to fame was a church she attended and the fact that the person that owned Central National Bank attended that church.
And what happened to her?
She could hardly add one and one, and she was a manager at a Central National Bank.
Nobody start that camera worm there tonight, Mr. President.
No, I won't. I have to do my research first.
So you say you're willing to come back to make we go into the Finsac?
Wait, I need to talk about the tertiary institutions. Right? Monique College, Norman Manley era, 1956. Elim Agricultural High School, first established in 1973 and upgraded to Sydney Pagan STEM Academy in 2014. Right there in Elim, in Northeast St. Elizabeth, Raymond Price was a member of parliament. Who want it bun them? At Easter, make it bun them.
My God! Ball out!
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out.
All right. So Excelsior Community College, 1974. Brownstone Community College, 1975. Knox Community College, 1975. Montego Bay Community College, 1975. So when people Sam Sharp Teachers College, 1975. So when people talk about why the PNP won the 1976 election, the People's National Party won the 1976 election because black Jamaicans sit and pick near got tertiary school, got on teacher and doctor in a 1975 by the hard work of Michael Manley, right? Caribbean Maritime University, where the adhesive finger met his Waterloo, built by the People's National Party, opened in 1980, before the October 1980 election, because it was open for classes in September of 1980. GC Foster College opened for classes in 1980. Portmore Community College established in 1992, the Patterson era. So all of the tertiary institutions I've just mentioned, which one Norman never built, in pick me Michael built it, and which one Michael never built, PJ built it. Let's talk about the universities. University of Technology, formerly the College of Arts, Science and Technology, Patterson era, the Jamaica Institute of Technology, Norman Manley era. So CAST was built in 1959. The Institute of Technology was in 1958. And in 1995, UTech, the amalgamation, was granted university status by the University Council of Jamaica, September 1, 1995. Patterson era. With the bun, make it bun them at Easter.
Everybody want to talk to me. Who bless up the super chat so me can stay a little longer. If you don't bless up the super chat, me now go beyond because the class nice. Hello, good night.
Dr. Raymond.
Yes, my friend.
Yeah, asking Pasley Garden Teachers College. Who built it?
Him talk about Pasley Garden already, man. Him talk about...
Yeah, that was built by the PNP as well.
If the art school built by PNP, but no, not talk about it. I change the name.
Yes, the name was changed.
You used to name Youth Skills Training Center when Michael Manny just started.
Oh, yes, it was part of the pioneer. Thank you very much, caller. How could I have left that out?
All right. Thank you for the history lesson, all right?
Yeah, man, but I mean, enough people that talk about Siaga built, you know, I know, so I know Siaga started, you know, change the name.
All right, my friend, no problem.
Like when they changed the name from Agency of Public Information to Jamaica Information Service. And I hear people crediting him for establishing the Jamaica Information Service. But it was originally called the API.
Oh. I them to just remodel things. I them talk about it in the art school, you know, and the dance show before him dead. So I change the name.
All right, my friend. Thank you.
Man, bless your love. I'm going to the program.
Yes. Hello, is a history lesson tonight. Hello, good night.
Good night, Andre. Very well, Mr. Price. You see, only two things I can tell you in the labor right then, Bill, you know. You see, Marg, when they carry dead body, and just them invest in a Marg and prison. Good night.
Lady, what can go so? The lady said two things, them Bill. Marg and prison. You're not wrong, lady. Hello, good night.
Yes, good night, teacher.
Yes, sir. You have to talk up. Talk up, my friend. Talk up.
Yeah, the UDC, the 17 new school that PJ built in Western Jamaica that include the Spat Valley and the Irwin, all those schools built by through the UDC also.
Yep. So you see why I say that, Andre, that the Prime Minister was either misinformed,
yes,
or intended to misinform when he said that the UDC had done nothing for decades until he became Prime Minister. The fact of the matter is that this period is the littlest amount of something the UDC do.
Wow.
Look bit.
Yeah, and Green Pan, Mr. Raymond said Green Pan High. Also Green Pan Primary School and Green Pan Basic School.
Him never go into the primary school then. If he ever go in a primary school then tonight we go till 12 o'clock. All right?
Yeah.
All right, my friend.
Primary and
yeah, man, in talk about all of them something there. Jamaica, if we spend the time tonight and talk about the primary school them, we're not done the program. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, Andrew. Good night, Raymond. It's very important, and this takes precedence to why there is so much dunce in the Jamaica Labour Party. They don't believe in investing in education. This speaks great volume. They need to learn to regard education as the number one something that is going to pilot our young people and even us as middle-aged and older people to know what is going on in our country and the world.
All right,
Because
my
they
dear.
don't
Thank
choose to
you.
invest, then that is why the country is the way it is.
All right, my dear. No problem.
A quick correction. At
Yes.
its original establishment, it was the Jamaica Information Service. It was then changed to the Agency for Public Information. And Mr. Seaga did not like that name because he thought it sounded too socialist. And he changed it to the Jamaica Information Service again. But he did not establish it.
Hello, good night.
Good night, Andre, and good night, Mr. Price. I'm really enjoying the show. Well, let me first thank God for giving us Andre, Stephen, and this show so that we can talk about the interests of Jamaica. Now, Mr. Price, you and I know as a politician, I don't know if Holness is actually a politician or a pretending politician, but every politician knows that in order to win an election, you must tout your accomplishments. Now, if Seaga built Portmore and never said a word about it, that is uncharacteristic of Seaga and uncharacteristic of a politician. You and I know, just like you just said, Seaga even changed the name just to claim the thing. If he ever did create Portmore, it would be on every campaign flyer. It would be on every song saying built by Labour.
Yeah,
so
yes.
When Mr. Holness come now and try to revise the history, Mr. Holness, listen, you and your little researchers, uno two dunce. Is either uno dunce or uno just blatantly lying demonic people. Uno cannot continue to try to mislead the Jamaican people. And Jamaican people, uno for come on, man. Uno, Mr. Price just mention all people who can barely count. Uno for do better.
All right.
Vote.
All right, man. All right, Ra. Hear you loud and clear.
Bless up.
All
Bless
right.
up, folks.
You know, I'm happy for that call, Mr. Stevens. On October 10, 2012, as part of the Jamaica 50 celebrations, the Most Honorable Edward Seaga, former Prime Minister, spoke to a special sitting of Parliament where he itemized his achievements, and the caller is right. Portmore was not one of them. So Mr. Seaga is hearing posthumously that is him, Bill Portmore.
Posthumously. No, this is serious. Hello, good night.
Good night, Andre. Good night, Mr. Raymond Price.
Good night.
Thank you for advocating the labor rights. You know, one thing I want to say to Andrew and him cronies them, just open up but Jamal, because all of them need to go inside a seat.
Open back Jamal. All right, my friend, to hear you loud and clear. Open back Jamal. That's a serious argument, you know. Hello, good night.
Andre.
Yes, turn off the something now, my friend.
I don't know if your producer can find a song and play for us tonight, but PNP have a song said, building your Jamaica, PNP, build it up. PNP for decades has been building our Jamaica, and labor right has no form of artwork or art framework in Jamaica. I wish your producer could find that song. Building your Jamaica, PNP, build it up. Good night, Raymond.
All right, my friend.
You know, in the Jamaica Labour Party has no track record on education. I'm not even going to go into health. I'm not going to go into the economy just yet. But we're sticking to education. When the common entrance was introduced in 1957, Bustamante stated, the people don't want food. Sorry, the people want food. They don't want education. That is where the infamous education can yam slogan came from. So it is within the mindset of the Jamaica Labour Party to belittle investment in education. It is within the culture of the Jamaica Labour Party to be envious that the PNP, from Norman Manley to Michael Manley to PJ Patterson to Portia Simpson Miller, and when we are in government again, every time this country has seen quantum leaps in the education infrastructure, it has been a People's National Party administration. And the history of which party was in government will back that up.
Yes, hello, good night, caller.
Hello, good night. This is my first time calling on any platform, but I'm a silent listener and I have to call tonight.
Yes.
Based upon the number of schools that have been named, built by the People's National Party, now I understand why teachers are underpaid when the Jamaica Labour Party is in power.
Repeat that, caller.
Based upon the schools that were built by the PNP, now I understand when the Jamaica Labour Party is in power, why teachers are underpaid. They are not valued for their service.
Oh, so you're seeing the correlation now.
They don't value education. Now it is clear to me. Because I remember at one point, Cardinal Shaw said, not 1 red cent more.
My God.
I remember at one point when we had to seek out, money was being drawn or suggested to be drawn from the OP. So now I understand.
Yes, when the teachers sick out, them say them are dried from the pay for the days when they sick out. Yes, Nigel Clark did do that.
So now I understand. And yet they can say they're 200% because we are nothing. Teachers are nothing to them.
Well, it's going to change. You know, hear Mark Golding said to your caller. He said that he's going to change it for the teachers, them have on a laptop.
I know teachers that have gone on the program overseas and they're just waiting for Andrew to announce the date to fly back to Jamaica because it's not, they don't want to go away now, but they are forced to go away. So we are waiting. Carly, Andrew, Carly, we're ready. Carly. Teachers alone are going to put him out.
The teachers alone are going to do what, lady?
The teachers alone are going to put him out.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo, yo, yo.
What you say?
All we want is the date to be announced. That is all we are waiting for. Because we don't have a voice in this country unless we vote. And we are ready to vote.
So you say the teacher, them just are silently await?
We are silently waiting in Jamaica and overseas. Waiting to come home.
And you say it's the first time as an educator you're calling?
First, I've been listening to RGR during summer with everybody, but it's the first time. When I listen to all the schools built by the People's National Party, I say, oh!
So you see the correlation now? And you understand?
I've seen everything clearly. Now I mean all the dots, all the connections.
Well, that is why I made sure tonight to carry the political historian and politician to do the work.
I appreciate it very much.
All right, my friend. I appreciate you. All right?
And you're doing a wonderful job.
I try, you know, no, I try enough work, you know. Me try.
And let me tell you something. It's the first time calling, but I am praying for you.
I appreciate.
Because I know your enemies are real and they are working.
The enemies are real and them raise up, but you know, when the mothers of Zion stand up for them picking name Andre Stevens, you know.
All right.
Hey.
And nobody not greater than God.
All right, my friend. Bless you, Madam Teacher. Bless you. And I'm sure there is a song we're going to be singing 5 p.m. election day.
All right.
New day in this land. We shall have a new day in this land.
Let me share something with you.
Yes.
A group of us as educators will be the first as they open the gate of any polling station that we are assigned to make sure we cast our ballot first.
There's so much teachers in Jamaica again.
I can't tell you the figure just now, but I know that we are ready. Ready to send a message to Andrew Holness and his team.
All right.
We are ready.
All right, my teacher. You said the group, Lord, he might go piss up himself when he hears the teacher them done with him. You know.
Yes, you must respect where he started, where he's coming from, and respect.
Aye. Remember sound forget the retractive or whatsoever, you know.
Exactly.
Are the increments right now. So no matter make him go call on the place and tell him so nobody go into the money.
It don't really matter, because guess what? His stay is short. His stay is short.
All right, my
Have a
teacher.
blessed night.
God bless you. This no sound safe. Mr. Price, there's so many teachers in the country, about 30,000.
I'm checking. I'm waiting for a response from I won't call the name of the colleague because apparently in this country it's a crime now. It's a crime now in this country for politicians to have gone to the same school and lived on the same hall with other professions.
Why? Make sure so if you get married, you know, none of your Georgian colleagues them you carry to the wedding.
Every one of them are going to come. Including the ones that are members of G2K.
Hey, wow, yeah. Walande. Hello, good night.
Teacher, first with that question that she asked about now she see why the teachers them can't get any pay. But it also proved, I hope this proved to the people of Jamaica that the JLP party is not, they basically don't want to educate the people of Jamaica. And if you keep the people of Jamaica, control them.
Yeah.
My granny always said to me, my sisters and my brothers, get education.
Yes.
Because of the only thing will set you free. I don't hear about how many schools that the PNP made. It is clear that the PNP saw that the country wanted knowledge. And was lacking of knowledge. And if them for going every time them in a poor, them build 1 or 2 schools for the year, or the next year them build 1 next 2 school. That says a lot.
Yes.
So me want to know who build the hospital them now?
No, yeah, one other night we take on healthcare. Another night we take on healthcare, all right?
And the people of Jamaica don't want to hear this alone. Only alone to kick them out and kick them out for good.
All right.
If I could never vote back for them, although I have never voted, and I hope my people hear them.
All right, my friend.
Sir Andre, there are approximately 22,000 teachers in Jamaica. At a census in 2023 of the education sector, teachers working in Jamaica, 9,847 were in the pre-primary and primary sector, and 12,546 were in the secondary education sector.
22,000. That not look good for them. That not look good for them tonight, Jamaica. But I appreciate everybody who came here tonight to PDTV. We appreciate Mr. Raymond Price for assisting me tonight with the fact checking. Because if we do more of these fact checking, Jamaica, you will know the truth. And I appreciate that we're not using mainstream media to do this, because had it been mainstream media, you only would have gotten a half hour to a 45, and then you would have had so many interruptions. No, you can't. No. I know, and them say no. You have a lot of these journalists who when the PNP is 10 minutes more now, man, me tired, guys.
It's almost 11. You know, I just want to say, bring on the election and bring on the National Debates Commission debates.
Hey!
Present.
It's a surprise.
Yes, sir. You noticed something? So a couple weeks ago, on a program, Dr. Dayton Campbell, our General Secretary of the People's National Party, when asked if the PNP would participate in the national debates, he said yes immediately. And then he said that the Jamaica Labour Party were contemplating a team debate for the finance sector. Now, we saw this week advertisements going out, sort of a team debate. So we had Patricia Duncan Sutherland and Dayton Campbell from the PNP, and should have seen Horace Chang and Favour Williams of the Jamaica Labour Party. And I saw a post ostensibly done by Favour Williams who said she never gave permission. She never agreed to a debate and she never gave permission for her image to be used. Then is Favour trying to tell us that her own General Secretary practiced a farce? Wouldn't her own General Secretary have known that her face was on the flyer? Wouldn't her own General Secretary have said, but hold on there, Favour, carefully, not the last time you go talk about pro box and porn and cornmeal, pudding and bread, pudding and one cocoa full basket, so good for the debates, Favour. Is she telling us that there is no system in the Jamaica Labour Party that would say the second most senior member of cabinet, the finance minister, and a deputy prime minister have been advertised for a town hall when they did not both agree? Favour really expect us to believe that CVM would have just put out our image and that Horace Chang would have just put out our image? Favour must tell the truth. I catch her afraid.
Ball out! Where is she?
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
Pro-box government. Yes, she catch her afraid.
The pro-box gearbox leak and she couldn't reach.
Oh, so she was in the pro-box hiding.
Eating cornmeal pudding. and wearing batter shoes.
Cornmeal pudding, wearing batter. I want in batter shoes. So she in a day. So I wonder who make the cornmeal pudding the fear. Cause sweet potato expensive now, Jamaica, it was a pleasure being here with you all tonight. It was a pleasure. I'm not going to make Raymond Price do no more damage tonight, Jamaica. He has done enough damage over the last 3 hours. He has done enough damage over the last 3 hours. I will come back tomorrow in Midday Connection. And for Holy Thursday in Midday Connection, the General Secretary of the People's National Party, Dr. Dayton Campbell says, Andre, I think I owe a partner draw a Midday Connection.
So it's a good thing. It's a good thing most companies will end at half day tomorrow because the viewership is going to be epic.
Yes, Jamaica. So come tomorrow 1 o'clock. Even if you're not, I don't know where you will make sure you have like a data if you watch, because I'm going down east. Is Eastern Westmoreland? I'm going down Eastern Westmoreland and going here about what go on with in a St. James, and I want Dr. Campbell to tell me where they go on in the Labour Party. Because I know not where they go on in, but I want to confirm where him here on the ground. So come tomorrow at 1 p.m. Jamaica. And one of these days, we're going to have a power link up from Partner Draw,
And remember, anytime you're ready, I will host your team for a live midday in East Central St. Catherine. Out and about as we get him out. We have a lot of voters who are ready to trim vote out Terrelonge. So good night.
Jamaica. Me nah say nothing more there so tonight, but it was a pleasure, Raymond. It was a pleasure to everyone who listened tonight.
Happy 90th birthday season to PJ Patterson, the most winningest Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Prime Minister of Jamaica that built the most schools and invested the most in the personal, human, social, national development of the project that is the nation of Jamaica.
Wow. Raymond Price, thank you. Jamaica, thank you. On behalf of myself, my production team, Courtney, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the program tonight. And I'll see you back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Leave me a message, say something, let me know. But I'm sure you see this, I'm going to ask all of you. And my production team have some work to do because we got an extensive history class tonight. You see this, Jamaica, share this with 20 people. Tell them watch the program here. If people watch this program, they're going to say back. You will have a comparative analysis into why we are where we are tonight or today. You hear, Jamaica? So it was a pleasure to have you, Raymond Price, have you all my viewers. And remember, tomorrow at 1 p.m. My name is Andre Stevens, and this was Speedy TV News Jamaica. Good night, good night, good night. Bless you, Mr. Price.